Hey everybody, it's your girl Sharon Fletcher, the co-founder of Blacks Inspire, and welcome to this week's edition of In the Black. In the Black is where we're trying to keep Black-owned businesses, entrepreneurs, and talent in that accounting term, in the Black meaning profitable, still in business. And the way to do that, folks, is by marketing and advertising yourselves, letting people know that you are still around and you're ready and open for business. This week is really exciting because I have with me a legend in the industry here in Toronto. I have videographer and producer Alton Morgan, now entrepreneur and restaurant owner. We are in downtown Toronto, Ontario, Canada at his cafe, AMP Caffeine Studios. So with no further ado, I introduce you folks to Mr. Alton Morgan.
Thank you very much, Sharon. I appreciate being here, and we appreciate you being here and doing this for me. Appreciate it.
I know quite a bit about who you are in Canadian television and your contributions. So amazing, but I know when we share, I'm going to be giving away my age a little bit. Right?
My age too.
Oh my gosh, but please tell them first, a little bit about your background in Canadian television and your contributions.
As far as television is concerned, started off in, oh gosh, I don't want to start with this. Okay, here we go. As far as television is concerned, I started off at City TV. I went to school for radio and television broadcasting at Seneca College. Right after, I started off in security, but shortly thereafterwards ended up in Electric Circuit, which was a dance program on City TV back in the day.
Okay, stop right there. You mentioned it so casually. Oh, it's just, a dance program. It was the dance program on television. It was like the party to be at. It was like a Friday night. Yeah, I lived for that.
So my job was to actually go out to the clubs and meet people and bring them back to the show to dance on the show. And at age 20, that's what they were paying me for. So that's what I did. Eventually, we moved on to Bravo. I was the first videographer to launch Bravo, the New Style Arts channel. When I say videographer, I mean to say we did everything from lighting. It was me and a gentleman by the name of Brian Treve. We did Steadicam, we did jib, we did lighting. We basically anything visual we were responsible for, not only in studio but outside the studio. And then eventually I ended up leaving there and started producing and ended up producing the Urban Music Awards for a couple years in a row with CBC.
Wow.
Been freelancing ever since, and pretty much that's it in television. I mean, right now the show that I do freelance work with as a camera is Big Brother Canada, which happens to be probably the highest rated show in Canada.
Yes. Wow, I'm just learning this right now. Wow, I didn't know that you do the filming for Big Brother Canada. That's phenomenal. Wow, awesome. What a resume. All right, so I am in,
a lot of details missing in that resume.
I'm not worthy. No, that's phenomenal. And so now we're in this beautiful cafe that's also a creative space. Tell us a little bit about that. What made you decide to have a space like this for us here in Toronto?
Well, with like 30 years experience in the radio and television broadcasting, one of the reasons I got into radio and television broadcasting is because I realized that we didn't really have a voice in as a black community in Canadian radio and television. I mean, again, all respect to Moses Neimer, who was the owner of City TV, Much Music and all that stuff, because he's one of the few that actually gave us a voice and gave us a place actually in the broadcast arena. But right now it seems like without his contribution, we're back to square one. So I thought it would be really to create a place that's not only to collect our stories, but to create our stories, because I felt like we were being erased. Like there's a lot of amazing black people that have done some amazing things, especially in the broadcast arena, but they've all disappeared. And the next generation, the generation now, has no idea that we existed and that people existed before us. So it's almost like we're always starting anew, you know, like every time a black person walks into an industry of any sort, they feel like they're the ones that are going to have to break through the glass ceiling, but don't know that it's been broken through. But because we have no collection of our history and we don't know this, so I want to have a place, this location at Studio Cafe, where we can create and collect our stories.
I love it. And enjoy amazing coffee, by the way, I must tell you. Made with oat milk for those of you who are very, very healthy or have lactose issues. Lovely, lovely, lovely coffee and a beautiful space. I was taking in this cool artifact here. It's like a, what do you call it, telegraph?
Phonograph.
Phonograph, yeah. I feel like I want to hear ska playing out of it, you know? And all the pictures on the wall and stuff. You created like a beautiful feeling and a beautiful space in here.
Well, the interesting thing with this is because I again, thinking media, I realized that there's a certain history that is portrayed about who we are in history, but this is who we are. I mean, this is who we are.
Beautiful.
You know what I mean? And I think that needs to be honored and respected, because if every generation doesn't have the respect for the last generation, you're bound to fall into the same pitfalls that the generation before you fell into without direction, right?
Yes, and now that we're moving from television into the online space, there may be YouTubers who feel like they are making, and they are making great headway, but there was people like yourself who were on your shoulders of the things that you created and started, being in the industry and having the ability to showcase us and have your say, some say with individuals like a Moses Designer, to showcase us. Yeah, so no, I was saying that it's, like you mentioned, that it's important for the up-and-coming generation to be well aware that of those in the TV industry and film industry in Canada who already started to pave the way and break through some ceilings for us, which is why it's easier for us now to have a bit of headway in television and film and music in Canada. Right?
Well, to be honest with you, what you're doing right now is the future of it all, right? Because online is not, television is wonderful, but it's very limited in location. Whereas if you look online, it's worldwide, and you will be able to find your audience on a worldwide level. You know, I think that new media is really black media, and I think we should take up that and have voices, because we've been silenced for a very long time on an international level. So I think it's very important for some reason for us to be silent. So I think it must be very important for us to have voices, and we should exercise it.
That is a perfect segue into what I want to talk about today, because yes, I find that the online space is the perfect equalizer that myself, who has a passion for and wants to share our voices and have our history or our current events documented, that there's a space for that as well, but also learning from and recognizing and making sure that people understand those who were before me, like yourself, and who are still doing something wonderful, like hosting a space, mentoring people, I'm sure. So interestingly enough, the reason why I wanted to showcase your cafe, aside from the lovely coffee and the wonderful treats I'm going to get to eat later on, is recently in the news, Starbucks had informed their employees who wanted to show some support for Black Lives Matter. They had sent out some correspondence, and I'm just going to read a little bit from it here. And it said, last week during our weekly workplace live event, store managers asked about your request to wear pins or t-shirts supporting Black Lives Matter movement. As a reminder, the dress code policy we have carefully considered and defined over the past few years states partners may only wear buttons and pins issued to the partner by Starbucks for special recognition or for advertising a Starbucks sponsored event or promotion. There are agitators who misconstrue the fundamental principles of Black Lives Matter movement, and in certain circumstances intentionally repurpose them to amplify divisiveness. So it appears that Starbucks doesn't really themselves grasp the whole purpose of our current movement that is happening across the world, where we're seeing peaceful protests, we're seeing corporations take a stand and make very supportive statements that they recognize that the lives of Black people and what we've been through, and that they want to show support. So there will be some that don't support this movement towards equality, equity, having a voice and standing up against injustices for Black people. And it's really important that us as a people and our allies invest their funds within an organization that aligns with their ethics and their principles and their beliefs that all human beings and all lives are important. Wouldn't you say?
I would definitely say so. I think that this is why it's important to own and have your own say in things. Otherwise, you're always being hard done by instead of having the opportunities to progress your own lives, your own communities, and beyond. You know. So yeah, it's very much because I remember back in the 80s, I used to do a lot of protests and so forth, and what we would do is get a list of the companies that did not support the Black community or were indifferent to the Black community, and make sure that our community was aware of who they are, and that way they can make educated purchases.
I like that.
Otherwise, you're sending it to the idea of spending your money in a corporation that's going to take that money to suppress you is counterproductive.
Yeah, it seems crazy, right?
In a nutshell, yeah.
That you would financially support an organization that is going to turn around and suppress your people. So we have this amazing cafe right here in your city, in the Greater Toronto area. We are at 154 Oakwood Avenue, yes. Correct? Right? And this is AMP Caffeine Studios. Yes. And you've got an amazing setup over there. There's like a green screen over there, right? You got lights, camera, literally lights, camera, action.
And I can do multi-camera live streams, so the place is bookable. So if you want to book something for a live stream, or if you want to pre-record and put it out at a later date, not only do we shoot here, we can edit, we can do all the things that you need from a studio as well as a production company. And at the same time, you can always kick back here. Actually, the vision was so that someone could come into the cafe and write, and from writing they can actually take it down and produce, whether it's be music, poetry, whatever it is, and then come back up here and perform to the audience that's up here, or to the audience at home and a live stream. So it's kind of a one-stop shop for production.
I love one-stop shopping. I love anything that makes my life easier, where you can find it all in one space. I love that you put a lot of thought into that. And many times you have creatives that don't have access to, like, that's not cheap equipment there, right? Like, you put a lot of thought and investment into that so that people can have the ability to create.
That's right.
And that's what I really love about it here, while setting a really great vibe. Like, look, you have all the musicians here to get your inspiration from.
That's right.
I love it, love it, love it. I love what you've done.
Respect for the ancestors is very important, so this is what that's all about.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, folks, so you know about it right here. We got to keep us all in the black, keep Black-owned businesses profitable. You have a choice in where to spend your dollar. Who are you going to spend it with? Spend it with somebody who aligns with your goal, with your beliefs and your ethics, and that believes in allyship, unity for all human beings. I want to thank you so much, Alton, for this time.
I really appreciate you. This is fantastic. Great, yes. Great honor.
And I'll definitely be coming back to use the space. Please, and to share my production in Blacks Inspire. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to enjoy more food and coffee. I'll see you later. Yeah. Can't take me anywhere. I bring my tummy everywhere I go. Okay, ready? So this is what stuff? What?
This is a jerk chicken rice ball. So there's a salad.
Jerk chicken rice ball. I've never heard of this.
It's rice and peas. You know, Jamaican style rice and peas with the coconut rice and seasoned rice. Kind of surrounding jerk chicken and then deep fried. So
Very good. Oh, what is this? I like this. Is it sour cream or something? I don't know. It's yummy.
Just a ranch dressing.
Is it a secret sauce? You have to kill me if you tell me.
The jerk sauce is handmade. Everything is handmade.
It's so delicious.
And of course the plantain, right?
I look for two things I have to have in my food. I need my coleslaw and or the plantain. Like, why else? Why would you make it?
You have both.
If you don't have that, you know what I mean?
And the texture, like even your crisp around it, maybe you're watching too much of the food channel. It's the crisp thing right around this. I can't. I gotta go grab it. I'm just like, everything was like perfect, like spot on. Great crunch, great texture, everything. You have everything.
Thank you.
And you know what? Yeah. And once you deep fry anything, I'm your friend.
Yeah.
And this is the way I like my plantain. You know, some people have it firm and not that sweet.
No. Want it sweet. Yeah,
I want it sweet. Again. Like, I'm your friend. I'll come use the studio stuff, but I'm coming.
Yeah. It's beautiful. We're here like 6 days of the week. You know, Mondays are closed. It's the only day that we're closed, but 6 days a week we're here.
I don't know if that's filming, bro. But okay.
You know what it is too? Because people like. Wanting to wish our social media queen a very happy birthday, and I know that it was the day before yesterday, but happy birthday, Sharon.
Look at that.
Ooh, this is nice.
Oh my. Are you ready? I'm gonna wish for, I'm not gonna tell you. Yay! Thank all of you guys for the wonderful birthday wishes, well wishes. I wanna thank you so much. You all mean so much to me. I love you guys, and I'm gonna keep serving the community to the best of my ability while I have strength and health and vigor. All right, everybody, so thank you so much.